Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia, and today's episode is a personal one. Over the last few months, my skin has been flaring up. And I don't mean the kind of flare up that a cream, filter, or any amount of makeup could cover up. It was uncomfortable, frustrating, and was really starting to affect my self esteem. I've never had a ton of acne before. I'd get a bit here and there, but never this bad. And what's wild is that I've been using an amazing skincare line for years. It's clean, effective, and it's worked wonders for me. But even with that, my skin still flared up. And that's when I realized you can have the best skincare in the world, but if your stress is sky high and your gut is inflamed, your skin is going to reflect that. It's not just about what you put on your face, it's about what's happening inside your body and mind too. In today's episode, I'm going to walk you through what I've learned about beauty from the inside out, how what we eat, how we feel, and how we manage our energy deeply impact our skin. If you've been struggling with breakouts, dullness, inflammation, and you feel like you've tried everything, I hope this episode reminds you that healing your skin starts with healing you. I'd like to start by talking about my skin journey. Like I've said, I've been using an incredible skincare line for years. It's clean, high quality, and it's made a huge difference for my skin overall. But this flare-up taught me that even with the best skincare products, if your body is stressed or inflamed from within, your skin will speak up. Skincare is a powerful support, but it's not a replacement for internal healing. Skin reflects what's happening internally, not just what we put on it. I think for me, there were several factors for my skin flare-up. First of all, my skin has always been sensitive. I actually have seborrheic dermatitis, and about a year or so ago, I had to get a steroid cream for my scalp because it got so bad. I couldn't even wear my hair in a ponytail because of the patches on my hairline. This always flares up when I'm stressed and when I eat certain foods that I'm sensitive to. I don't use the steroid cream unless it gets really bad. How I manage it is by managing my stress and avoiding dairy and gluten. For the skin on my face, I think part of it is because I have been going to physio twice a week and laying on the massage bed there with my face down. They also use massage oil on my face for my TMJ, and I think that's what started it all. Then I added the layer of extreme stress and I wasn't eating the right foods. All of this combined, I believe, caused my flare-up. Stress seems to be the main factor in my scalp or acne flare-ups. I've been under a lot of emotional stress lately. Not just the day-to-day kind like work routines, but a deeper kind that has been weighing on my heart. When someone you love is going through something difficult, it's hard not to carry that yourself. And while I was trying to stay strong and push through the pain, I didn't realize just how much it was affecting my body. I also realized I have been in fight or flight mode since my accident. This definitely did not help. When we're under ongoing emotional stress, our bodies go into survival mode. That stress triggers cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and that can increase oil production in the skin, throw off our hormone balance, and even weaken our skin barrier. It can also impact our sleep and digestion, which are two really important pieces for skin health and healing. As someone who believes in energy work and the mind-body connection, I also know that emotional stress doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. When we don't allow ourselves space to process or release what we're holding emotionally, that energy builds up and can manifest physically. For me, it showed up in my skin. So if you're going through something heavy or emotional and your skin feels like it's turning against you, you're not alone. Your skin isn't the problem. It's responding to what you're carrying. For me, that realization was a turning point. Obviously, in my situation, the stress isn't just going to go away, but I can find things to help manage it. I also started focusing more on nourishment, reducing inflammation through food, and supporting my gut and nervous system. That is when things slowly started to shift. One of the biggest changes I made to support my skin was shifting my diet. After months of red and inflamed acne, I started thinking about how food might be playing a role. I knew food played a major factor in my health because I know I'm sensitive to certain foods, and when I eat those foods, it shows up in my skin, my digestion, and how I feel overall. A lot of skin issues, acne, eczema, rosacea, redness, are inflammatory. And certain foods can either fuel that inflammation or help calm it down. I realized I needed to take a closer look at what I was eating every day. For the last several years, I mostly eat dairy and gluten-free, but I have gone through phases where I don't care as much. I was eating lactose-free, but not fully dairy-free, and I was more lax with gluten. So I started cutting out dairy and gluten, which are common triggers for a lot of people, especially when your gut is already under stress. I also started following a low histamine, anti-inflammatory diet to give my body and skin a break. My friend, who is also my acupuncturist, has been telling me for years to start eating this way, especially the low histamine part, because I was getting allergic reactions a lot. If you're not familiar with histamines, they're chemicals your body releases during allergic or inflammatory reactions. Some foods are high in histamines or trigger the body to release more of them. These foods include aged cheese, processed meats, fermented foods, certain fruits, and even leftovers, which, I'll be honest, I'm still guilty of the leftover part. When your body is already under a lot of stress, adding histamine-rich foods can push it over the edge. Once I started eating more simple, calming foods like fresh vegetables, lean proteins, sweet potatoes, quinoa, and lower histamine options, I slowly started to notice a difference not only in my skin, but in my gut health and energy levels too. My skin is slowly starting to calm down, but it didn't happen instantly. However, I will say I noticed my energy levels and gut health shift almost instantly. I want to be clear. This isn't about being extreme or restrictive. It was about tuning into my body and noticing how certain foods made me feel. I focused on nourishment, not punishment. I'm now choosing foods that help my body heal instead of adding to the inflammation, and I'm genuinely enjoying it. I'm really loving all the recipes and trying new things. Some of my favorite foods from this meal plan are cooked zucchini, carrots, and broccoli. They are easy to digest and anti-inflammatory. Lean proteins like ground turkey and chicken. Sweet potatoes and jasmine rice for energy without gut irritation. Simple smoothies with my clean protein powder, and lots of hydration. Everybody's body is different, but if your skin is struggling and nothing topical is working, it might be time to look inward. What you eat every day matters. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm learning along the way. Just try to be intentional with it. I'm not telling you that you should eat exactly the same way I am, but I am encouraging you to explore what foods are causing issues in your body and what foods make you feel good. For the past several years, I have been learning more and more about gut health and how it affects your skin, your brain, and your overall health. The gut and skin are directly connected. Your gut is where your body absorbs nutrients, regulates inflammation, and detoxifies. So when your gut is inflamed, out of balance, or just not functioning optimally, it doesn't just affect your digestion, it impacts your entire body. That includes your hormones, your energy, your immune system, and your skin. Things like bloating, irregular digestion, fatigue, and even mood swings can all be indicators that your gut needs more support. And when that inner environment is out of balance, your skin often becomes the messenger. It shows up as acne, dullness, irritation, or rashes. For me, I notice that anytime I am bloated, super reactive to foods, or just feel off in my digestion, my skin follows. One of the simplest, most consistent habits I've been using for years is taking a high-quality probiotic. Mine is a greens powder that also contains a gut health supplement and hair, skin, and nail supplement. It's gentle, effective, and backed by clean ingredients. It has prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes, so it supports your gut in multiple ways. I'm not saying you have to take this specific one, but this is the best one I have found on the market, and it has helped me significantly. Probiotics help restore the balance of good bacteria in your gut, which is crucial for reducing inflammation, improving digestion, and even boosting your immune system. And when your gut is in better shape, your skin has a much better chance of healing too. Supplements won't fix your problem overnight. It takes consistency with them and also supporting your gut in other ways like eating clean and managing stress. Also, when your digestion is calm, your whole nervous system starts to regulate more easily, which again ties back to stress and how everything in the body is connected. So if you've been struggling with your skin and you feel like you've tried every product out there, this could be the missing piece. Start by supporting your gut. Get curious. Listen to your body and don't be afraid to take a holistic approach because healing truly starts from the inside out. And of course, skincare is still part of the picture. Using good skincare can be a game changer. Like I said, the skincare I use has supported me for years. But having a solid skincare routine works even better when you're also doing internal work. The skincare I use has been my go-to because it's clean, effective, and has always worked so well for my skin. I've loved how it's supported hydration, texture, tone, and just made my skin feel good. So when my skin started flaring up, I knew it wasn't because of my skincare. I trusted the products. I wasn't doing anything new or wrong aside from the oils at my physio. But this is what clued me in. If I'm using the same products that have worked for years and I'm still struggling, the problem has to be internal. That's the thing about skincare. It's an amazing support, but it's not a standalone solution. If your body is inflamed, if your gut is out of balance, if your stress hormones are spiking, no serum in the world can fully fix that. Skincare works best when your internal environment is aligned. The products I used definitely helped soothe and protect my skin throughout this flare-up. It helped with hydration and calming things on the surface. But the deeper healing only happened when I started supporting myself from the inside. I'm a big believer in both. Good skincare matters. I still use my products daily. But when I paired them with gut support, anti-inflammatory foods, and nervous system healing, that's when I started to see a real shift. That's when everything started working together. That leads me into the more holistic tools I turn to as well, like EMDR and Reiki. They have helped me not only heal physically, but also emotionally and energetically. Sometimes skin issues aren't just about what you put on your face or even what you eat. It can also be a reflection of what you're holding on to. Healing requires more than physical changes. I knew I also had to support my nervous system on a deeper level, especially since realizing I was constantly in fight or flight because of my accident. When we go through emotional stress, especially long-term or traumatic stress, our body holds on to that. It stays in our nervous system, our energy field, and often shows up physically, like me with my skin. One of the tools that really helped me work through the emotional weight I was carrying is EMDR therapy. I've talked about this in previous episodes, and I finally was able to start. I'm not sure if this is typical, but just after one session, I felt such a release. I no longer felt like I was in fight or flight, and felt like I could finally relax. EMDR is such a powerful method for releasing trauma, stress, and emotional overwhelm from the body. We started with the car accident, but it's turned into much deeper stuff that I didn't even realize I was still holding on to. So learning how to regulate my nervous system was huge for me. When we are constantly in fight or flight mode, whether it's from anxiety, emotional heaviness, or just being overstimulated, our body isn't prioritizing healing, it's just trying to survive. So things like gentle movement, prioritizing rest when needed, calming my environment, saying no to things that drained me, were all part of my skin healing journey too. I've also leaned into energy healing. Reiki has helped me shift out of anxious states and back into a place of peace. It helps move stagnant energy and supports the body's natural ability to heal, not just emotionally, but physically too. I truly believe energy and intention matter when it comes to healing the body. You don't have to do everything at once or in the same way I did. But if your skin has been trying to get your attention, it might be worth looking at what you're carrying emotionally or energetically. Sometimes the most powerful healing comes from the tools that help us feel safe in our body again. Healing is never just about one thing. It's about supporting yourself on every level. Your skin is reacting to everything you do, say, eat, and feel. So the more love and support you give your whole self, the more your skin will respond. I want you to know that if you're dealing with skin issues, I see you. I couldn't believe how much it was affecting my overall self-esteem. Healing, especially when it's something as visible as your skin, can be emotional. It can bring up shame, frustration, or comparison. But your skin is not a flaw. It's a communicator. It's not trying to make your life harder, it's trying to send you a message. That is why I believe in healing from the inside out. When your body is nourished, your gut is balanced, your nervous system is regulated, and your emotions are noticed, your energy shifts. So if you're in a season where your skin is flaring up or you feel disconnected from your body, please know that there is hope. Don't believe the lie that something is wrong with you. I also encourage you, before you go to the doctor and they put you on medication, to look inward and try some of these things I talked about. You don't want a Band-Aid solution. You want to fix the core problem. Your body is wise and healing is possible, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Be gentle with yourself, and as hard as it is to believe this when you're going through it, know that real beauty isn't just about your skin. It's about who you are. I really hope this episode helps you feel not so alone and gives you some tips to help heal your skin. If you have any questions or would like product recommendations like the ones I use, feel free to message me on Instagram at growthroughit.pod. I'd be so happy to help you on this journey. If you enjoyed this episode, I would be so grateful if you would rate and review this podcast and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. It's also super helpful if you subscribe or follow this podcast. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or use the anonymous link in the show notes. You can also suggest future topic ideas here. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.